Hello everyone, it is Susan here and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to continue on with the 3.5 inch square blocks. We're going to do a little bit of slow stitching and yeah, so I guess we'll kind of move on. So I did do some sewing during the week and I'll show you that. Let me kind of move some stuff out of the way here. And this is the block that we were working on last week. And I wanted to work on it just a little bit to make sure that I liked it. And I did sew the laces down and the trim on a diagonal and I love it. I think it's so super cute. I just absolutely love the look of it. It's perfect. So then once I had this sewn down, then I was trying to figure out which flower to use. And this is the one that I thought last week might be good, and I still like it. So like I have the other blocks just kind of around it right here, just to kind of get the feel for the whole, all of it all together. And yeah, so I think that looks good as a whole with the rest of them, but I'm kind of feeling like now it's a little bit too big because it takes away from the beautiful lace in the background, right? So, but I could use it. And then I was thinking, I found this button and it's a cloth button that has the pink and it has the green. So I have pink and green here. And so I was looking at that and I really like that. It's kind of, I want to say plain, even though I guess the button is plain. The background certainly isn't plain, but maybe that's what this needs is something as simple as that, right? Or I could use this little crochet doily with a little rosette flower on the top. Oh, I like that. You know what? When I see that, to me, it looks very shabby chic. I like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. Last week when I tried this, I didn't really like that look, but when I look at it now, I like it a lot. And you can still see the laces behind it. And now the only thing that I'm noticing is that, of course, I have a lot of pink going on, right? So now I'm going to have 3 different blocks with pink on it. Not that that's bad, mind you, but I just want to be aware of it just in case I do decide to make a wall hanging, I'll have a nice assortment. So what I did do was, well, you know what, let me move these out of the way. And this I want to sew on here, but I'll just kind of move that out of the way just for a quick second. And so then what I was thinking, well, I would like another purple, right? So even though this is a purple, right? This is all purple stuff right here. Well, this isn't purple. That's more of a blue, a bluish teal. But still, there's purple, 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 and really none of it matches this purple. None of it. So like all of this purple here is all different. That's the thing that I really struggle with purple, is the fact that it can be so different. But that's okay. So what I'm thinking of is doing a block, our next block, using, so this is dyed lace that I hand dyed for something else. I think it was a Just Because book that I was working on. Yeah, it was. And I dyed this at the same time, this eyelet trim. And, when you look at at this fabric right here. I thought that this section of it right here would be good. Like I have a block underneath here. You just can't see it. It's there. So I was thinking that section right there would be good to sew onto the block, because I could use this lace right here. Now see, there's some gray, different grays in the background, and there's some teal. So this to me just looked pretty with it, as well as, of course, this right here. So, and I have a little bit of like netting, which I would try to get on there as well. And then I could go with a flower like this, or I was even thinking of that with this big button. I kind of like that. Because to me, and I think I've said this in the past videos, because I have, you know, we've been working on this for a few weeks now, is like, it's gaudy. It's gaudy. It is definitely gaudy. And that's kind of the theme behind. And I'm using like buttons that I wouldn't, or not that I wouldn't normally use, but I've had for years, in most cases, not all cases. And yeah, and then yeah, I can use some of them up. So, and then this lace I thought looked really pretty with that, and that's like this is like a grayish, bluish, purplish color button. I mean, it could be anything you want. But doesn't that look pretty together? I kind of like this all together right here. So that, I think, is going to be our next block, unless I come up with something different between now and next Monday. And, or actually, we could probably even start this on this video. But this is not going to be a long video. Yeah. I don't know why. You know, let me zoom in just a tad. Just a tad. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this sewn on here. I do like the fact that we did put some black. This was the black silk scarf back here. And when I sewed it, it kind of moved. So you can see the black is more on this side and more on the bottom than it is over here. And you know what? I like it. I kind of like it. I should say, well, that's how I planned it, right? And then the other thing that I said I was going to do last week is I was going to cut all the laces so that they would be straight on the edges. And that's what I did. And that kind of turned out to be a little bit of a challenge. Yeah, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's not perfect, but it is fine. So what I think I'll do, I have this white thread already threaded. So I think what we'll do is let's just go ahead and get this on here. So this is going to be easy to do. I'm just going to put a few stitches in the middle, and let's just get this sewn down, and then this block is done. You know what? I wanted to count them. We're going to count how many blocks we have done so far. I want to know. I was thinking about doing some sort of I don't know, like an accordion book, if you know what I mean. So with fabric, just have basically, if I can explain this, let me use this lace to explain it. So say this was the book, this was fabric. And I know it's not, but we're going to make believe. This is fabric, and it's a long piece, a long, narrow piece of fabric. So to have like the accordion effect, you would kind of go, you know, back to back to back, if that made sense. So I could have, of course, this is small, but this is just to show you an example. So I could sew, you know, these blocks on each side of this accordion journal. Easy peasy. And then, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, then actually well, no, I couldn't. No, I could. Now I'm kind of talking to myself, because if I did that, I could even, if I changed my mind and I wanted to hang it up on a wall hanging, I could do that, because all I'd have to do is open it up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The thoughts that come. Sounds easy, right? So that's what I mean when I'm talking about like an accordion style journal, is that. So, yep. And so I have, what, 5 stitches in here, and that's all I'm going to do. I basically sewed down the smaller flower, which of course automatically sewed down this embroidered flower. Now the edges are popping up and I like it. I just hope that they don't pop up too much over time. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it, because I could sew in spots. I could sew that down, but I'm kind of liking the floofiness of this particular block. So I'm going to leave it. And what I guess I'm finding I really like with this project is, well, there's a bunch of things. Of course, using up scraps, using up buttons and flowers that I haven't used in years. But it's also that each and every one of these is very different. So, and I'll want to make, so probably what I'm going to want to do, let's count. Okay, let me get these out here and let's count how many we have so far. Okay, so at this point, we have 2, 4, 6. All right, so we have 6. Well, here, let me do this. All right, 2, 4, 6. All very different. I'm thinking maybe doing 3 more so that there's 9. I think that would be a good count to do. And that will give me a chance to maybe even use more things like this right here. I would like to use, which is like a cut piece of a bigger, I don't know, tablecloth or whatever. So yeah, so I would like to do that. What I'm looking for is, now last week we cut a whole bunch of blocks, and I'm looking around my desk and I'm not seeing them. All right, well, I'll figure out where they are. I do know one of them is here, so this is going to be block number 7. This I kind of have ready. Oh, here they are. This is a black and white block, which we have to work on, right? I just kind of gathered some stuff. So that makes 8. So then one more block, and I have, so I like that. So this is going to, the black and white is going to kind of be like a neutral, so to speak. And I was thinking of pulling in a little bit more green or yellow. I don't know. I mean, if you look at this, this is a piece of fabric. It's actually a piece of a curtain that I hand dyed. And if you look at that, isn't that pretty too? And the only reason I would pull in green is because I have a little bit here, and I'm going to have a little bit here. So maybe that. This might be too much green. It might be too bright. I'm not sure that it really matches the feel for this, but you know, I don't know. Definitely, I think that and that. Yeah, so see, even so that I'm not going to be able to use this then. Unless I use it on this one, which I could. Ooh, all right, we're getting somewhere. So see, this is what I do. When I see things that go together that I think I will like to use together. I put them together. So now I have that can be the beginning of this black and white block. Oh my gosh, this is so good. All right. All right. So we have black and white. We have another purple, which is this one. I'm going to call this purple, even though it's got other colors in it, but that's going to be another purple. I'm going to put that to the side. And then we're going to do maybe something green. See, what else I like is this is the only one that has that deep yellow. And this is an all right yellow. It's not too bright, and it kind of has the feel. It's kind of like two-tone. I think that this flower would be perfect to pull in some more yellow. So I'm liking this. All right, we have us a plan. We have us a plan. All right, well, I think what I'll do is how about we put some of these other flowers away. And, oh, I just wanted to mention real quick, because I said I would talk about this. I just want to mention it real quick. I'm not going to hang on this long. But I had mentioned 2 Mondays ago that I was doing a study in Psalms at church. And this is the book that we're using, if anybody is interested. Psalms, Prayers of the Heart by Eugene H. Peterson. Life Guide Bible Studies, and it's not all 150 Psalms. It's 12, I believe. Let me look. Yeah, 12 different Psalms are studied, and it's cool. We just did the first one so far, which was Psalm 1, and we answered the questions. And next we're going to do, well, Psalm 2, which I've already started working on. I've done a big study, actually, on Psalm 2. So I actually printed out Psalm 2, which is over here. And this is just all of my notes from my studying. And so far. And I'll go ahead and answer all the questions. See, the only thing that, then we jump to Psalm 4, and then it's Psalm 5, and then it jumps 4, 7. I don't know why it's so 8, 10. Oh, no. I'm reading the wrong thing here. Sorry. Psalm 2. I was looking at the chapters. Psalm 8. You know, so it goes on. I don't know how they chose, like Psalm 51. That has a big message in it. Psalm 51. 103. Oh my gosh. 103.3 is about healing. Yeah. So anyway, so that is the book, if anybody's interested. I was going to say the only thing I don't like about studies like this is sometimes the questions, I don't know if it's me, you know, like I really do think I maybe have some sort of dyslexia, because you guys know that with doing certain stitches, I can get very confused. And when I read questions, I can, even sometimes road signs, I can get very, I can get confused. Even listening to a GPS, even when you're looking at the map, I can find it very confusing, because to me, if it's not what I would call black and white, where it's just, it is what it is, then I start questioning and saying, well, is this really it? Is this really, 150 yards, or is it only 75 yards to my turn? I just get all of this in my head. And yeah, so does that sound weird? That's just how I am. It has to be very cut and dry. But anyways, with those questions, if you've ever, let me know if you've ever done a study, any type of study. It doesn't have to be a biblical study, but some sort of a study that you just found it sometimes very hard to understand what the author is trying to ask or say. I find it very difficult. I'll just tell you. Oh, look at this cute little piece. Pink. I'll put it over in my lace pile, my lace scraps. So I guess it's good that, I mean, we definitely used a bunch of lace for sure. So that is cool. This is a beautiful navy blue piece of lace. I don't think I've ever done anything really navy blue. See, that would have been good on a block with denim. I might have to do 10 blocks. But this is my little mess. This was kind of, I was grabbing a lot of lace out of this little itsy bitsy bin. And I had this bin set up for one of the Roxy projects. And then I didn't really use it. And I was like, well, let me use it. And it worked out perfectly. So I'm thinking I want to keep, I'm going to pull that pink piece back out of my scraps. I'm going to put it back over here. Because I kind of like having all these pieces and everything all in one spot. I like it. It was easy to look through. So I'll just go ahead, straighten this up. I had these out. I thought I might be able to use these on something on these blocks, but of course it's more pink. And I don't want to do more pink. So, yep. Awesome stuff. All right, and the last thing I think I'll put in here are these. So I was hoping to use these. I even have this big button now. I think I'm going to leave that. And this one, which I never got to use. That's all right. I'm just going to kind of leave them in here because this stays on my desk. So it's literally like, so my pad, this wool pad that I use, it literally sits right above it. So it's kind of like in my face kind of thing. So if I leave all of this here, then there's a really good chance that I will use it. And I pulled out like a bunch of different stuff. I need to do something blue. I'm going to pull this out as well. Look at that. Oh, see, this is how my mind works. This is absolutely how my mind works because I do have another block that was torn. And I did say I wanted to do something with denim. I have a bag, a big, like gallon-sized bag filled with denim scraps. I have a lot of denim. But like using this, where was that blue? We might have to do 10. Here, I'm going to pull this out. Because wouldn't it be nice to use this stuff? I think it would be nice. I do. All right, we might have to do 10. That's all right. That's all right. Who's in a rush? It's summertime. We're taking our time. We're relaxing. Here's another piece of blue. I'm just looking through my little bin over here. It was sitting up on top, but it'd be cool to go through here to see what else is here. But anyways, okay, all right. Now you know how my mind works. this is how my mind works. Like, I like this. Even if I don't ever use this, this makes me happy. Something like that. So it looks like we're pretty good as far as how we're going to finish the blocks. Not 100% on a couple of them, but these two I'm pretty confident on. And these two are maybes. Yeah. The only thing I'm thinking, if I pull in a blue block, I'm going to only have one blue block. Ha. Ha, ha, ha. Unless I add yellow to it, and then, I don't know. We will see what happens. You'll have to stay tuned. So that's it for today. So I hope that you all have a wonderful 4th of July. If you're in the U.S., Independence Day, and just a wonderful, blessed week. I pray that you are healthy and we can all be outside enjoying our week and beautiful weather. Amen. All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.